Hello everybody, happy September 1st. It is National Fruit and Veggies Month. It is here. Who can even believe it, right guys? We made it through the summertime. It is officially September, and that means National Fruit and Veggie Month has officially kicked off, and you are joining me here for happy hour to cheers our way into this amazing month where we are going to celebrate all things fruits and veggies. So before we dive into happy hour, you might be wondering, who am I? My name is Mandy Enright. I am a fruit and vegetable ambassador for Produce for Better Health Foundation. I am also a registered dietitian. I'm a fitness yoga instructor, and I am a corporate wellness expert. So I spend all day, every day, helping busy professionals learn how to get themselves healthy through nutrition, fitness, movement in their day, stress management, all those things. And I think that's a great segue into talking about our themes for this month, for Fruit and Veggie Month, which is all about, we talk so much about food and mood and how, fruits and veggies definitely are foods that can put us into a better mood. We're also talking this month about getting back to basics, right? Keeping things super duper simple. So with happy hour today, I'm going to be sharing a couple of hacks with you, just some ways that we can boost up our fruit and veggies at our parties, right? It's Labor Day weekend coming up, and maybe you have some Labor Day events that you might be hosting or going to. And I always like to say it's great to bring a plant to the party. And sure, we could bring a veggie tray. That's cool. Throw a little ranch dip on it, put some cut veggies, put it out there, and that's great and all. But what if we made it more exciting, more fun, right? So how about if we can take some of those basics from our fruits and veggies, some of those basics that we love to serve up at our parties, and we boost them up a little bit with fruits and veggies. So I am trying to see comments from those of you. Here we go. I think I can see the comments now. Awesome. So those of you who are joining us live right now, why don't you do me a favor, drop in the comments your name, and where are you tuning in from? And guys, here's the important thing. We have hit a crossroads. It's September 1st. So I need to know from you, are you on Team Summer, where summer is never gonna end, and we're gonna keep that summer vibes going as long as we can? Or are you Team Fall, and you're like, peace out summer, it's fall, the leaves are going to change, the pumpkin spice lattes are coming out, we are ready. So I would love to hear from you guys in the chat or comments to let me know, are you Team Summer or are you Team Fall? And to celebrate, we are going to be whipping up some cocktails that celebrate both summer and fall in just a moment. But in the meantime, let's talk about our fruit and veggies and how we can boost up our fruit and veggies at our parties in a way that is fun and simple without being like you have to eat your fruits and vegetables, friends. So let's talk about some ways that we can boost up our fruit and veggies at the party, right? So here I have, let's see if we can get this guy on display. I'm just going to fix my screen for a moment so you can see my lovely display I have put together. Let's put that guy back. And Facebook loves to give me all these fun little windows and tips that I don't really want right now. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so let's talk about how we can put out a produce fun spread at our events. So first and foremost, let's think about ways that we can use the fruit and veggie from root to end. So we always think about eating the actual part of the fruit and veggie, right? So here, for example, I have a cantaloupe. So we have our cantaloupe in there, and maybe you like to take your cantaloupe and cut it up. Maybe you have a melon baller, right? Very popular. It always reminds me of the 70s when I hear melon ballers. And we can put a nice little fruit salad. But instead of putting a fruit salad in a bowl, what if we repurpose what we already have? So here is the actual rind of the cantaloupe, and we can go ahead and use this as a bowl in itself. So we can fill this up with fruit salad. We can fill this up with, I don't know, ice cream, sorbet, something delicious like that. Freeze it on up and have it to enjoy as a nice dessert. We can also think about different ways that we can use our fruit and veggies as these delivery methods. So for example, I have some veggie burgers, and keep in mind too that when it comes to your parties, it doesn't have to be all plants all the time. So we can have a mixture of plants and animal protein. So I happen to have a veggie burger because that's what I have handy, but if you're serving up regular burgers at your upcoming events, then you do that. But what about using, instead of buns, how about we use something like a portobello mushroom, and we can either serve it open face, or again, we can make a little burger sandwich with our portobello in place of some buns, right? Or we could think about something, again, still on the mushroom train, we could think about using something like mushrooms, and how about making something like little mini mushroom pizzas instead? So here I have a mushroom, and I filled it up with a little bit of spinach. There's a slice of tomato on top, some mozzarella cheese, popped it into the oven, or you can put them even right on your grill. Melt that cheese up, and we have some mini mushroom pizzas. Now, how about some different ways that we can use some things we're familiar with, like peppers, right? So here, you know, you're probably, maybe you like to serve up something like nachos or chips and salsa, but what if we were to use instead some of these little like baby bell peppers, cut them in half and fill them up? So this I filled up with actually a mixture I found in the freezer section, which is a mixture of frozen riced cauliflower, green beans, black beans, and corn. So we have a nice little way that we're filling our peppers up with a nice little fun little filling, instead of just doing like chips and salsa, or sometimes people might put something like hummus or some kind of a spread in the middle of the pepper. Let's fill it up with some more veggies. So here I have that cauli rice mix that I've used. And then we can also think about some of our traditional fruits and veggies that we use. I'm just gonna fix my camera for a moment. And we can think about our traditional fruits and veggies that we tend to use. And I'm gonna show two. So one is a cucumber, right? So we think about cucumbers, and we have like these nice little coins that we like to serve up, and we'll use them for dipping. But what if we change up just the way that we cut our cucumber, and if we cut it a little bit more on the bias and a little thicker, it becomes a really nice kind of plank that we can use in place of maybe something like bread or crackers. So here I spread some hummus on top, but we could even put something on top like bruschetta or a salsa. And then another fun thing that I love to do is to make cucumber cups. So here I took a cucumber, and I'll show you in a moment how we do that, and I just kind of scooped it out and I filled it up with some mango salsa. I also love to do that with, I have a ceviche recipe, so I'll make those when put ceviche in. So simple way that we can make some cucumber cups. Obviously, one, take your cucumber, and we want to cut that cucumber maybe about 3/4 of an inch, right? Not too thick, but not too thin either. And then just simply using a spoon, we want to place that spoon kind of close to the edge without actually being at the edge. And we're just going to gently go around with our spoon. Gently, and not too deep. And we're just going to pop out that little piece of cucumber, and now we have a little cup that we can fill up. So we can fill this guy up with dip, a dip. Like I said, I like to do it with ceviche. You could use a salsa, like I used here. I have a peach, pineapple, mango salsa I think I have going on there. So just a really fun way that we can serve it up. So great things about using your veggies and fruits as a delivery method to serve up is that, one, we're going to obviously increase our intake of fruits and veggies in a really simple way. And it's not being pushy. Again, it's not like eat your vegetables, but it's just simply incorporating fruits and veggies in something that you are probably going to serve up anyway. We're just changing the delivery method. Also, let's be honest, less to have to clean because people can eat most of these. The other fruit I want to show that can be really versatile, especially for something like a party, is going to be this guy, pineapple. So for our pineapple here, there's lots of ways that we can serve this guy up. So first of all, if you have a tool like a pineapple core, it's really game changing because it can really make your pineapple really versatile with what you can do with it. So I'm not necessarily always the biggest gadget fan, but I do love a pineapple core because it does allow me to do a lot of great things with my pineapple. So we're going to use this pineapple pretty much from root to end. Even our top, which we've gone ahead and sliced off, can become a really nice centerpiece or display. So once we cut up that pineapple, we can save our save the outside, right? So oftentimes we think with a pineapple, I can't do anything with this, let's throw this away. But don't, because there's actually a lot of cool things that we can do with our pineapple, with the rind of our pineapple. So on the inside, we still have some beautiful pineapple flavor. So what I've actually gone ahead and done on my tray here is I've used my pineapple as a serving method, right? So I can actually put some of my items right on that pineapple. It looks really pretty, and it's gonna absorb a little of that pineapple-y flavor. So you could do something like this, like I have spring rolls. You could put like little pieces of veggie sushi on there or any type of sushi to make a really pretty display. And then the other thing that I really like to do with our pineapple rinds is I like to grill with them. So if anybody here has ever used, let's say, a cedar plank for grilling, use your pineapple rind for grilling as well. So I'll take something like a salmon and put the piece of salmon right on top of the pineapple rind, and then maybe put like something like a teriyaki sauce on it, and it goes right on the grill. I don't flip it or anything. It just kind of hangs out on the grill for about 20-ish minutes or so. And again, the salmon's going to get that pineapple-y flavor and get some really, again, just going to help to infuse some great flavor in. And it's a great way to help to really limit food waste because we're going to try to use, again, as much of this pineapple as possible. Then obviously we can use the inside of the pineapple, so we can do pineapple spears if you like to grill. Those are really delicious. Good old-fashioned pineapple chunks that, again, we can throw into fruit salad. We can put these on kebabs and grill them up or enjoy as they are. We got pineapple rings. Again, any shape that you want your pineapple to be, you can absolutely do it. One of the things we're going to be using for one of our cocktails is actually going to be pineapple puree. So we can also puree up that pineapple as well. And another key ingredient that's going into our cocktail is actually pineapple simple syrup. So don't throw the core away either. You can simply take your core, and if you boil up a cup of water with a cup of sugar, and put your pineapple core into that into the pot with the mixture of the water and the sugar, boil it on up, and then once it comes to a boil and the sugar has dissolved, take it off, let it cool, and as it's cooling, the water's going to get that pineapple flavor to it, so the pineapple core is going to help to infuse your simple syrup. You can also save your pineapple core and simply infuse water or sparkling water, especially if you have one of those like diffuser things. Throw it in, and you got some delicious pineapple water. And it's really tasty. So, last thing I'm going to share as far as some fun ways that we can serve up our fruits and veggies is, again, you got to have dessert, right? So, for dessert, we could think about using something like, how about a strawberry? So here I took strawberries, and all I did was remove the middle, shut that guy out, and I'm gonna cut a little bit of the bottom off so that my strawberry can stay flat, and then I just simply filled the middle up with, I used some chocolate peanut butter, but you could use anything like Nutella or whipped cream, and then I just put the little bottom that I cut off on top like a little hat, and you have a fun little strawberry treat you can serve up. The other thing I love to do, again, it's fall and maybe you're ready for all things fall, is how about serving up the original apple cider donut, which is simply just an apple that we cut into a ring shape, and we could do all kinds of fun things with it. I have one where I just put some simple cinnamon on. I used, again, some chocolate peanut butter. I sprinkled some nuts. I also used some peanut butter and some nut butter with some seeds, some chocolate chips spread on it, and these can make a really fun dessert. You could even just put this out as like a little snack bar and just put the apple slice out and let people go and put together their own little toppings, right? Wouldn't that be fun? And again, it's not that we're forcing people to eat fruits and veggies, we're just mixing it into the fold of our events. So with that said, I got a question. Who's ready for a cocktail? Huh? You guys ready? So let's first start off with our summertime beverage. So our summertime beverage is what I call the Endless Summer. And it is actually a little bit of a play on the most summerific beverage of all, and that is the pina colada, right? Because when we think of fall, we think of pina coladas, right? So to start off, I'm going to grab my shaker and I'm going to grab my measuring tools. And we are going to start off. So for a pina colada, traditionally they involve rum. So for our beverage, we are actually going to be doing a play on a pina colada. So not a pina colada proper, but we're actually going to be doing kind of a little bit of a pina colada cocktail on the rocks. So traditionally you got a pina colada, it's that frozen drink, and they're good, but I find with pina coladas, if you don't drink it right away, it melts, it gets kind of watery, it's not super exciting, so nobody really wants that. So instead, we're going to do this on the rocks, and I'm going to show you what I like to use to serve up my rocks beverages so that it doesn't get super watered down. And then again, it doesn't have like that over thickness to it, over sweetness. It just has a really nice light flavor to it. So we're going to actually start off with 2 ounces of some aged rum. And this is courtesy of a trip I took to Jamaica a few years ago. They brought us some rum to the room and came home with me, and here we are. And then we're going to add in some coconut water. So we're going to add 2 ounces of some coconut water. And I will give the mocktail option as well. 2 ounces of coconut. Again, we can't have a pina colada without coconut. We also can't have a pina colada without the pina. So as I mentioned, that pineapple is like the gift that keeps on giving. There's so many ways that we can utilize it. So I went ahead and pureed up some pineapple. And we're going to add in 1/4 cup of pineapple puree into our beverage. So this is going to help to give some really nice texture to our beverage. So again, it's not going to have like that icy flavor to it. It's going to have that nice kind of pineapple-y texture to it. And then we're going to use that pineapple simple syrup I spoke of. We're just going to use about 1 ounce of that pineapple simple syrup. To, again, just give it a little sweetness without overdoing it. And I'm just going to pop on over to my freezer so I can grab some ice. And we want to just fill our shaker up with ice. Pop that top on and give it a good shake. About 15 seconds. So my shaker's nice and chilled, and then I'm going to serve this up in a rocks glass. So what I am using, I have these lovely little kind of large ball-shaped ice cubes that melt very slowly. So that way it doesn't cause my beverage to get all watery. I'm just going to pour that beverage right on top there. Shake that all out. And we got to garnish this guy with, I'm going to use a little pineapple wedge. I might have to just give that guy a little cut. There we go. So I'm going to use a pineapple wedge. If you want, you could throw some toasted coconut on top as well. And I happen to have an umbrella that I don't know where this guy came from, but I had it, so I felt obligated that we got to put a little umbrella in our beverage as well. And I like to stick that right through my pineapple. And then you have your beverage and you get a little snack to go with it. So this is our team summer drink, right? I call this the endless supper, the endless supper, the endless summer. So endless summer. And if you choose to not make it alcoholic and you choose to make it a mocktail version instead, All you have to do is obviously omit the rum, and instead we're going to increase the coconut water to 3 ounces instead of 2 ounces. And we're going to up the pineapple puree to add another 2 tablespoons of pineapple puree. So it would be about 6 tablespoons of pineapple puree, or about 3 ounces of pineapple puree. So this is our summertime drink. So if you are team summer, let me know, right? Give me some likes, share it up. Let's hear if you are team summer. Now, if you are team fall, we are going to make a beverage that I like to call the fallen apple, right? Because everybody thinks fall and they're like pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. But I like a good apple, and I think apples maybe don't get quite as much of the publicity as their pumpkin cousin tends to do, but let's keep it fun. So for our fallen apple, we are going to start off with 2 ounces of rye. So rye has a nice little spicy flavor to it. All right, so if you're a brown spirit person, we love bourbon a lot in our house. Rye helps to add a little spiciness to it. Next up, we're going to add in some apple juice to give it an appley flavor. So we're going to give it 1 ounce of apple juice. And then half an ounce of lime juice. And before I put my lime juice in, I'm going to add my honey into my jigger as well, just because otherwise my honey will get stuck, and we don't want that. So if I add it in with the lime juice, it kind of helps to prevent sticking, which nobody wants to happen. So we have, again, a half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of honey. And then again, just to give a little bit of some herby flavor to it, we're going to throw in about 1, 2, 3 dashes of some Angostura bitters. And just like I did a moment ago, I got to go grab some ice to fill up our shaker. And grab my top. And again, give it a good shake. And same thing, we're going to use the rocks glass. We're going to add in one of those ice balls, and we are going to strain this guy out. And I probably should have grabbed a clean strainer, but we'll work with what we got. And if you are looking for these recipes, they are going to be available on the Produce for Better Health website. In fact, they already are available to you on the Produce for Better Health website. So go ahead and grab these recipes. And again, if you want to make this guy a mocktail, all you're going to do is take out the rye. You're going to put all the ingredients in as listed, but and then shake it up, strain it out, and then you're going to top it off with 2 ounces of club soda, and that will be your mocktail version of the fallen apple. And I'm just going to take a couple of apple slices that I've gone ahead and put onto a toothpick and place it on into my beverage. And that is my fallen apple. So for happy hour tonight, we got some Endless Summer for my Team Summer fans, and then we have our fallen apple for my Team Fall fans. So I need to know from you guys in the comments, are you Team Summer or are you Team Fall?
There's more Team Summer.
Lots of Team Summer. All right. So no matter if you are Team Summer or Team Fall, your job this month is to do everything and anything you can do to have a plant. So make it simple, make it fun, and most of all, just make it happen. So I'm going to go ahead and see if there's any questions. My helpful question reader, up, Magic Hand is stealing because I guess Magic Hand wants
Team Summer.
Team Summer. So I guess I got stuck with Team Fall even though I'm a Team Summer too. So cheers to fall and or summer. All that matters is we are here in National Fruit and Veggie Month. Okay, so no questions. So thanks so much everybody for tuning in tonight. I appreciate your time to join me for a little happy hour fun. Again, you can get the recipes for our Endless Summer and our Fallen Apple cocktail on the fruitandveggies.org website. So head on over there, right on the recipe page. I think I saw it there earlier. Go grab it, and cheers everybody. See you next time.